Hi everyone, this is Warren from the Rhapsody Piano Studio. Welcome to today's easy piano lesson. I'm going to be showing you how to play I Won't Say I'm in Love from the Disney movie Hercules. Pretty awesome movie. This is just going to be general, not that basic directions. If you're looking for something that's more the beginner angle, then definitely check out a lot more easier piano lessons that I have, even beginner if you want. I'm gonna actually move this a little closer to the keys as well. All right, so just gonna go over a little, so what I'm gonna show you here are just little hacks to make the process a lot easier, like patterns to see and whatnot. So if you want something more in depth, then check out some of my other playlists. And this song, it says easy, but there are different levels within easy, the way I look at it. This, I would say, it's kind of like borderline. Oh, good to hear that. It's all good over there. I don't know what's even going on in the world anymore. So this is like borderline early intermediate. So if you're looking for something that's a lot easier, then this is not the one. So this is where a little bit more experience is going to be necessary for this one. Okay, last thing before we start, make sure you pick up a copy of sheet music in all the links that I put, because you need to learn with the sheet music. That's the way I teach. I don't teach by ear, so yeah, get the sheet music. All right, so from the beginning. All right, now that's the introduction. In general, if you're thinking in the beginning and the entire page, the range is not that much. You're sticking between here, all the way to this high G, and then last verse you're moving down to. That's about it. So here, if we go to different chord progressions in the left hand, this is good to practice. Going through these different positions as fast as possible. Good way to think about it. So if you look at the won't, like, I guess I already won that. The word with what, the measure with the one that. I have to tell you that would, because they don't put measure numbers in these. It's just like a suspension harmony. Look it up if you don't know what that is. Suspension to here. Same thing at last measure. Okay, so those are suspension notes. So again, there's the harmonies. Just go through this. And then suspension here. And the actual song starts. So again, with the melody, not a big range. Just these four notes basically in the beginning. Then here. Just hovers within these two notes, then suspension notes, and going even lower, there's suspension and resolution. Okay, so, and that's the basic pattern here, right? And I'm gonna play both hands for you one more time. Maybe not use a 5, you can use a 3, 4, whatever you're comfortable with. And then the actual song starts, okay? And you take this beginning freely as well. But before you do that, make sure you're able to practice in tempo. So, because if you can't practice with the tempo straight through, if you don't know it by heart, then you shouldn't be thinking about playing it freely with rubato. After you get the tempo straight forward, then you can play around with changing it up. Okay, all right, now getting to actual song. Okay, definitely tempo change right there. I forget how fast it goes. I don't know if it's supposed to be that fast, Definitely a different speed when you get there. And of course, practice with the metronome for this part too. Two different speeds. So the first page you're gonna practice at a slower speed with the metronome. Then the rest of the song, the other tempo. Okay, you need to be able to feel the difference if you're gonna play the whole song without using a metronome. Now, the range isn't too bad here either. So from here, just hover, look. So it just starts going up and down. Repeated G's down there. So kind of within that range. Now if we keep going. So not a big range right there as well. So basically within these three notes, and then just like a descending small scale. Okay, it just basically does the same thing when you get the girl. You can't conceal it. Now they're just putting the melody a little higher. Basically the same pattern. See that? So instead, now we have. Finishing off that section. Okay, so I'll go through it one more time. So just these three notes, then thirds going up, down and up, then change, and then the melody is a little higher here. You can go through the different harmonic progressions in the left hand too, like we were doing on the previous page. And then it's just like single bass notes here, passing through to F, and then alright, and then so good to kind of block all those different intervals that we have. Let me show you one more time. So basically play it. It's a good idea to basically play it that way because you get a lot of basic skeleton of the piece with the left hand with the harmony. Plus you can practice hearing the changes. You need to be able to hear the harmony changing as well. It makes it a lot easier. Okay, and I already went through the melody, so now I'm gonna put it all together, give it a listen. That's it, and then now we're going on to the actual chorus. That's the chorus. I think that's a chorus. Here we have, sorry about the dogs. We have sixths here. They'll stop in a bit, I hope. Okay, 1 second. Hey, anytime we have deliveries, this is what we go through every day, but whatever. It's good to have a watchdog these days. All right, so sixths. And then, see these two notes go in towards that way. I'm glad you find that amusing. And then, so it's highlighting that because you want to get the rhythm correct. Alright, if you just do the right hand by yourself, you're missing the main downbeats. Okay, so that left hand is going to help you stabilize the rhythm. So if you're just doing the right hand by itself, you can actually just play through the ties. Something like that, right? It's a little weird, but it's to feel the impulse. Otherwise, you just practice with the left hand. So maybe you could just fill it in with the left hand. So I hope you get that point. And then, same thing here. So it's just this, basically that pattern for the entire chorus. So listen again. Chord when you get to that part. So here, just here descending all the way to F. Then we have a F major. It's not an F major 7. That's a G. Why would it? That's around harmony. It's like a G major 7 chord, and then C major. Okay. So it's just descending bass line. Then those are the chords. Okay. So. In a nutshell. Okay, kind of rushed through that, but that's the basic skeleton. Now, see if you can hear all that while I play it for you. Some thirds there, and then it just repeats. But now more of a harmony. Instead of just with single notes, they're kind of doubling it with more notes. Then that comes back. We started the whole section with those notes and the thirds. Then you know what's coming next. Same melody as well. So here it's a little bit different. Just kind of elaborating on that. But you hear the difference? They're kind of just playing around with that. I don't think we've had that before. No, we haven't. So it's kind of a little addition to this entire section. If I go back to the beginning, I just realized it's the intro. So sometimes you learn something new when you're teaching this. So they're playing on the beginning intro. Now here. So it's the beginning intro, the first page, a little elaboration. You just realize that right now. Sometimes I don't always make these realizations because I don't really analyze these songs ahead of time for the lessons. All right, then it starts again. So that little interlude is a little different. Let's compare it to what it was before. So a little simpler. Now here, yeah, not much difference right there, but enough difference to really practice those two measures a little bit. Now the chorus comes back. Elaboration right there. So it's a little bit more going right there. Also to make sure you're practicing this in sections because it's pretty repetitive. So if one section comes back, it's pretty much the same, then you can skip it and save time. Moving on. And then the timing is a little bit different here. That's actually not right. So instead of, hear the difference? And then that's kind of the same how they ended the last section. And then we're gonna end the whole piece, our song at the end. It was kind of the same idea, that whole range and the same melodic pattern that we have. You can slow it down right there because there's a retardando. Stretch it out, and then right back into on tempo. And another retardando at the end. And those are my general instructions. I mean, this is if you already pretty much have the notes, you know, if that's not a problem for you, like reading the notes and getting the rhythm correctly. Otherwise, you know, look at my other playlists to really shore up those spots for you if there's some weak spots, okay? There's little hacks to kind of help you speed up the learning processes, you know, because when you get to a point where you're a little bit more advanced, you should just be able to identify basic patterns and all the different interactions within this pattern. So when I'm playing something like this, I'm not looking note by note or rhythm by rhythm. I'm looking at this general pattern. And of course, some songs don't have that as well. It just depends on the music that you're practicing, okay? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to hear this song in its entirety, make sure you click on the links, the cards, where you can find a tutorial for this. And if you want to actually practice with the video, it's a really good way to practice. You can just skip to particular sections because here I just gave you guidelines. If you want to practice a particular section, you can just go ahead and speed up or slow down or rewind whatever section you're at within that video. And also you can click the playback speed. It's a really big game changer in my opinion. A lot of students, once this feature came out, for my private students, it really helped a lot because sometimes, you know, they can't take it at the speed that I play. And if you can't slow it down, it goes too fast for you, okay? So make sure you take advantage of that. All right, thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Happy practicing.